I live in a nice neighborhood in Denmark, where the standard of life is high, and the price is having your shit together. I'm a night owl, but very energetic, so I find ways to balance my off-schedule life with my corporate job, which allows me to live in this very proper part of town. People here dress well, don't smoke, and don't stay up late. Except this one neighbor. I never met them, but I started noticing their kitchen light is often on quite late. I could see it from my kitchen, my light also being on, but like I said, I consider myself an exception to how people in this area and building choose to function. At first, I thought they're just having a party, so that is why they're up as late as midnight, or even hours after. But then, I noticed it more often. In fact, every time I went into the kitchen, I would note their kitchen light is on. I would wash some dishes and meal prep for tomorrow, noting with the corner of my eye, they seemed to be doing the same. It's not polite to stare at people in Denmark, so I would avoid approaching the window, but after months of seeing their light on, I got curious. One night, I was a bit drunk and lockdown had made me feel isolated, so I just went to the window and took a long look at that place across the yard, same floor as me. Was a bit shocked to see they did the same, coming to the window, looking seemingly right at me. Very uncharacteristic of Danes. I thought maybe this could be romantic. I was, as I said, a bit tipsy, so I thought it would be fun to write hi on a piece of paper and put it to my window. My heart skipped a beat in excitement when I saw them putting up their own hi sign shortly after. Now I think they've seen me, and what's more, they're just as curious as I am. A bit too much interaction at that time though, so I just turned the light off and went to bed. Next evening, I was eager to see if they're still in that kitchen when everybody else around us is fast asleep. We could maybe share another secret moment. I go to the kitchen and turn the light on and go straight for the window. Almost instantly, their light goes on, and I see them go straight for that window again. I'm so glad I'm not the only one excited and anticipating this strange interaction. I don't even know if that's a man or a woman, or how old they are, or what they think this interaction is. I just know our curiosity is shared. I keep coming to the window every night, but I don't want to lead, so I wait for them to put another sign. But they never did. They just show up when I show up, and leave after I leave. Until that one night, I came back from a party. I was drunk and craving interaction, but anxious to be close to people since the lockdown, so I was thrilled by this unique, intimate bond with someone I don't have to be close to, and I could comfortably be involved with, but not committed to in any way, as I could safely leave and go to bed at any time. I drunkenly rushed to the window with my jacket still on, and surely enough, in seconds I see their light go on, and they rush to the window. Their figure seems a bit off somehow. I am tipsy, but they seem a bit bigger. And then I realize they also have a jacket on. How random, but also it's a weekend night, so no surprise. Knowing they are often up late, I assume they were also out tonight. I feel giddy about how aligned we seem to be. But the feeling doesn't last. My heart drops when I see a weird shadow suddenly soaking up the kitchen light behind them, like it's vacuum. I'm drunk, and I know that, so I close one eye to try and clear my vision and make sense of what I see, but it gets harder to stay calm by the second. It's something like a person in the room with them, but strangely blurred, and appears to consume and distort that yellow kitchen light. The neighbour is still leaning on the window, looking back at me, and seem to not register their light is growing fainter, and the shadow just behind them is getting bigger and more shapely. now with limbs that seemed too skinny for its size, and looked to be bending at the joints in the wrong direction than a human limb would bend. It's twisted and broken, like a human body that's been bent in every way it's not supposed to be. A head emerges on top of it with no neck, like it's been pushed into a body made of vacuum, fog, and white noise. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but I know I'm not drunk enough to imagine something like this out of thin air, and as I lean on the window to shout, "Look behind," it seems this person across the yard is too distracted by me to notice what is behind them, and too far to hear me. I take the piece of paper I used to say hi and turn it around to write "Look behind you" in large black letters in my panic. I look up and they're still focused on me, so I push the paper towards the glass with both hands, hoping there is time for them to react. I can't see what's happening, as the paper I put on the level of my face to make sure gets noticed is blocking my view. I swear I could hear my heart beat like a drum. I hold it for a minute, both wanting to make sure it's seen, and too afraid to put it down and see what may have happened to them. When I take it down with shaking hands, I see my neighbour, hunched over, writing something down, as the shadow is now right behind them, towering over them, filling that room and blocking all light that was once there, and for the first time, the whole building across the yard seems completely dark. My heart is beating so fast, my vision is blurred, and I can't understand what is so important for them to be writing down right now. Just turn around, try to run, try to fight. My warning doesn't need a reply. They finally put up that paper, and a cold sweat covers my body when I read the big black letters on it. Look behind you. Hello, sinister listeners. If you've enjoyed this story, then you'll find all the author's information in the description below. For more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to succumb to the sinister.